All right, cool. Now we are back. As you can see, it's all four of us back on here, and you listening to us. So we are back. Fueg had a rant that he wanted to get off his chest. I don't even know what we would call it a rant. I think rant is the
No, just
wrong
when
word.
when kid when people
Okay,
lie to you,
right.
especially my kids, right? So
Oh,
I
okay.
asked the little girl, not the littlest girl, the 5-year-old, are you stay or I told her stay off my Netflix account.
Mm,
Oh, I don't go on your Netflix account, Dad. I don't do that. Like they have their own. So I say stay off my Netflix account. So I get a message right here and say Fuego. Now, mind you, that's my name. That's my Netflix account. And I know this sounds petty, but I don't care. We have a movie that matches what you like, and that shit says The Incredibles too. Now, if you wasn't on my shit, excuse my language, everybody. How would I get The Incredibles? And I know y'all two got something, all three got something to say, but I'm just saying, I I wouldn't have that. It would be like psycho
yo,
shit.
just don't click on it, bro.
Yo, I didn't know what it was, and I clicked in it, and it got this dude looking like Hiawatha holding his daughter and shit in the
Oh,
damn. All right, I'm gonna stop.
every
Oh,
time it's throwing
I gotta
trash,
take this.
bro.
I gotta take
You gotta get your
Yo, I
ass
gotta get. I told him
whooped, bro.
because he be trying to get on me. I'm sorry,
Hey,
Eddie.
yo.
You gotta get your ass whooped.
Yo, that picture he posted of Jeremy's foot, though, the
I,
shoe. Did you see that?
Yes.
I ain't scared. That's what I told him. I said, there's only a few people that don't care if you get mad and that actually like you to get mad, and I'm one of them.
Bro, I told you about this. I told you about this. Anybody that you could tell they dangerous when somebody laughs and then puts their shoulders up and down while they're laughing, bro. Anybody laughs like that, bro. Anybody that laughs like that,
Stop.
bro, is dangerous, bro. You
Cut
can't.
it out.
Kevin Durant free throws
Oh,
make me laugh, man.
shit, bro. Somebody laughs like that, and then
Stop.
you can't do
but
that,
no, I
bro.
told y'all the story last show.
We
The
can't.
dude did those shoulder things, and he hit Carlton in the chest. In Egypt, and I'm talking about one of them sturdy chairs that be at the dining room table that the people with money get, the nice wooden joints. That joint just caved in, like everything. I was like, "Yo, is he okay?" He smacked
Okay.
his chest so hard, and that joint broke. And I immediately left. I said, "I'm out. This shit
So
going."
we talk about Hiawatha so much that we really need to have him on the show so people have new people and whatever know
Yeah,
Oh, he be
reference.
on my
yeah,
what the
Talk
Fuego
to.
shit. So yes, he need to be on here.
Yeah,
yeah.
so that
But
never.
he gonna front. He gonna front for them. That's what he do. So I'm not a bully. When in the hell would you? I said, don't even argue me with that.
No, 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 no. Hawata's gonna come in here and cross his legs and shit. So how you doing, guys? Everything is fine. Oh, great. That's great. So I just want to let you know, guys, that I'm doing wonderful out
He
here in
gonna
this
get your
quarantine.
ass because he has
You know,
access to Texas. So he's gonna get your ass.
Oh, shit.
Yo, the first time though, I'm gonna tell you straight up. We like 15, and I go into the joint, and they say, here's my boy Hiawatha, and I see this dude. I said, the fuck is what's wrong with this dude? This dude got a full piece suit on. He got the Jack Nicholson and Batman suit going. I'm like, what the hell, yo? You 15? Why are you dressing like that? But he was sharp. Dude had shiny shoes, all of that. And then the first time
He's laughing already.
cane, he had the hat. He be dressing. I ain't gonna front. Like Hiawatha be doing his thing. And then he make you feel bad because I got a hoodie on.
yo, you know
So
who else was
he
like?
represents
Was
me. And
that Hiawatha was like the Steve Harvey of Tallwood.
yes,
Yo, yes.
Every
dark green.
color suit, man.
Yo, you know who
Every
was the
color
motherly?
with a hat.
I told her this before one day, and I was like, you know who you always been? You always been motherly, like the one that always been on the mother tip. Like you could tell that she act more older than what she was. It was Lauren. Lauren Compton was
Oh yeah.
always like that.
I didn't know her in high school for real.
Yeah,
So I don't
she
know.
always seemed like the one that you
She
go
was
to.
like Mother Goose.
Yes,
Like even in band, like she was always that one like we would go to talk to about our problems and Lauren
yes. And
and Lauren, but she was always so sweet though.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
I
Even
didn't.
if
I
she
didn't
didn't
know.
like you.
yeah, she was just had the biggest smile in the world, bro. Like that Kool-Aid smile. It's like nothing was ever wrong with her. So when you ever bumped into something like when she was dealing with my man Jesus, Remember? Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you
That's
told
fine.
me.
No, my bad, guys.
No, you good.
When she was dealing with my man, what we call Jesus, because he had the long hair, my man. You know who I'm talking about. Dude was like, he was something different, bro. He was something different, but she was in love with that dude, bro. And I remember like just seeing her very, very happy, and it was good to see that, you know. And then she was going through like different things, and it's just good to see her the way she was, and she was amazing. I always told her that she was an amazing person, bro. She was a great friend, though.
She really is a good person.
Yeah, she is, bro. But shout out to Lauren, Miss Lauren. She's doing
Talented,
some.
smart,
Yes.
super intelligent, sweet as
Yes.
pie.
And as we was messed up part, all they
She
thought of
frozen.
me is they thought I was in Rikers Island and I came back. That's how fucked up it is. I don't get none of this. You know what I'm saying? I was nice and I was yo, Sherry, you might not know this. They said that I got bigger. Like when I had went back to New York, came back, and I was bigger. You know what I'm saying? I had a little bit of, my shoulders got big, and they was like, I think he was in jail. Like, and I'm like, what? Then apparently I had twins with a chick in there that didn't even deny it. I said, yo, I don't even know you. Would you tell them? Yo, all kinds of stories, and I'm like, every time I got dudes
Yeah,
calling my house like,
You had them
yo,
high water shoulders though. You had them high
my shit
water
going that
shoulders.
damn big. He snatch your whole life. When high water give you that, he snatches your life.
He do. I hate
Got
that.
that
I
kung
be
fu
scared.
grip, man. I try to tell
I be
y'all.
scared. He be bringing me in and everything. What's up, bro? You all right? You good? Like, damn, bro. You see how skinny I am, bro? You gonna break me, man? Pause.
I was so nervous
Damn, man. Damn.
of like certain people you introduce him to. You gotta prep them. They're like, yo, this is this dude right here. He gonna snatch your life.
City View. I thought this dude was gonna get a technical every time he fell on the court.
Yo, I would just try to high five him. That's it. Leave me alone, bro.
It took Ariel 30 years to gain weight, though.
Oh.
No, he was little,
Yo,
The rest
my
of
head.
us can't say that.
You're right. My head was bigger than my body, though. That's a fact, bro. I
He
used
like
to
a lollipop like that.
No, I used to lean like.
Tom's blow pop, take one. Action. All right, let me stop.
Oh god.
Yo, no, I slept on Ariel's his hoop skills.
Yeah.
When I first saw him
Everybody
doing it,
did.
and I'm like, nah. And then
I didn't. I used to
ooh,
every
this
Saturday
dude
morning
nasty.
at 9 o'clock at the court.
You right.
I'd never seen him before, but the meat, like I just was like, let me see, and I was like, yo, this dude nice, and it's weird because he would have no expression, like he was always blazed, and I just froze.
Yeah, no, you good. You got an ugly face, but you good.
Shut up,
But
man.
but yeah, the Red Man and the Method Man thing that was going on. Everybody always thought I was hot.
I don't even think that I don't even know if you smoked like that then. I didn't either. And one dude, you passed by, and I remember dapping all three of y'all up, you, Jordan, and them, and moving. And this dude be like, yo, look at Meth and Red. Because my hair was out. And I would always, and I didn't even smoke. I didn't really take it my first time doing that until like he was about to graduate. It was like 10th grade. And I'm like, and I didn't catch it till then. I was like, yeah, he do remind me of Red Man. Like his eyes be low. But you weren't, it was just that. I think we were just tired. That's the
No, that's how I always was. I was always that bad, bro. I was always that bad.
I think it was that, his look, and the goofy, you know, and how high that movie was out. And I think people just compared the two.
They came out when we was in high school, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Cass was smoking in the theater.
But that was before. That conversation was before the movie even came out.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, because I remember one time I met Russell Simmons. It was so dope, bro. Like Russell Simmons and Reverend Run was doing signing autographs in Finish Line in Military Circle Mall. And he was coming out with his new shoes, the Fat Farm joints. And he was signing autographs. So we were doing music at that time. It was me, Ransom, and two other dudes that y'all don't even know. It was this dude by the name of Bryce Lane. He called himself Bryce Lane. And these other dude named Beans, right? And we went up there with the same CD. And we had 4 chances of them even listening to it. So we were like, all right, bet, let's go in there. I had my Yankees hat, had my do-rag out. You know how you have your do-rag out with the cords hanging, and I had like baggy jeans and obviously just the 90s look, right? So I came walking in there. He kept looking at me, kept looking. I'm like, yo, why is Russ looking at me like that? So finally we get to the front. I was like, I'm goofy as hell, looking, smiling hard, right? And then he was like, oh, what's your name? I used to go by the name of Streets for the rap name. So I went Streets. And he was like, all right. He was like, hey, man, you know what you remind me of? And I'm like, damn it. I knew what he was about to say. You look like Redman. And then he asked me that question. Who would you win? Because this is around the time Nas and Jay-Z were beefing. Who are you picking, Nas or Jay-Z? I said, Nas, of course. And Run was like, man, whatever. And then Russ was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. He gave me that. And I would never forget that. He was a super cool guy, bro. But yeah, ever since then, I was like, I knew it was official that I look like Redman. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take it. At least I don't look like some cornball. Like they try to put what is it, Crockett? What's my man's name from Wildin' Out? He used to be on Wildin' Out.
Yep, Aaron.
Oh yeah.
That's
The one that
another
just
good.
did Kevin Hart.
Yeah. He's super funny, but no.
No, Yvonne said that about you. I said, yo, not really, but I can see what they talking about, but not really.
Another one, Doug Christie.
Oh,
freaking
My bad.
he said Doug Christie.
Doug
What?
Christie.
He got in a fight with Rick Fox. Like, all right, let me know.
Yeah, Doug
Just because
Christie.
you're light skinned and skinny.
Exactly.
That's
That's
it.
No, Doug Christie. We're
That's
gonna
it.
put a picture of Doug Christie though. I can see that. Not exactly like him, of course, but
I
I
can't
can
see that one.
understand.
Yo,
I give you the dude from Wildin' Out, and I give you Redman, but I can't do. I can't.
Yo,
Exactly.
let me pull it.
I don't see it.
This dude,
I even had somebody yelling from the car, yo, what's his name? Crockett, something Crockett, freaking from Wildin' Out. The dude was yelling out the car, yo, you look like, I didn't even know these cats. Anyways, yo, if we're gonna talk about the past, Avion Crockett, yeah, Avion Crockett.
Affion.
Affion.
Yeah. If we're gonna talk about the past, we gotta talk about Sherry, yo. All right, now Sherry, right? Sherry, she used to come to the court like every Saturday, right? And I always thought she could ball, like real talk. I always thought she could ball. Because I'm like, yo, Sherry got that. She had like this height, but she used to wear these
Have
shoes.
crooked
right?
fingers from it still.
Yeah, that's true. I tried to teach her how to play ball, but it was kind of like, it didn't work out. But anyways, right? So she had these shoes, right? It was what they were. They were Skechers.
Like the Spice Girl shoes.
Yeah, bruh. I'm like, yo. She used to rock them joints, and it was all white, man.
All white. Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, she used to walk everywhere too with those shoes. I'm like, yo, what are you going with them? I'm like, I know she's like, wait, she's preparing for track. Like she's building calves. Because that joint is like
having ankle weights on.
Them joints is
Spice Girl shoes.
crazy.
Yeah, and then I started wearing classics all the time. But before that, yeah, it was those ankle weight Spice Girl shoes. Oh, and I had like twigs for legs back then. So they were definitely heavy.
Facts. And Keith, he was a Jersey guy. He had band
Jersey with the
wristbands,
headband.
wristbands to match and everything. This dude had every jersey that you could think of, bruh. Every jersey. Packers this, Packers that. I'm like, yo, who is this dude with this goddamn jersey? That's all he wears. I wonder if he goes to sleep with them shits too, bro.
Green,
No,
everything.
a couple of them used to do that with them jerseys, yo.
I had them for the Legends. You catch them on sale. I used to get them.
Legends. Oh my God, I remember that store, bro. Legends.
I
was
had
dope.
them. I still got like 3 or 4 of them in the closet.
That's tough, bro.
These were Reebok. They were Reebok, and I still got a starter jersey in the closet too.
Oh my God.
I still got it. It's a Derek Thomas Kansas City Chiefs jersey.
Oh my goodness. I had a Lawrence Taylor jersey I used to rock all the time. That jump was 3 times my size too. I was
Oh,
like, what am
throwback
I
jerseys.
doing?
I still got them in the closet. Terry Bradshaw, Warren Moon. I still got
Nice.
them in the closet.
I'm like, they were 3 times my size. What am I doing right now?
They
That's
look like
around MySpace era when you had to pose for that camera. You had that long chain, and you were like yeah. And then you had the music playing in the background with the background like doped out. You
top
gotta get the
five.
right. Yeah, you gotta get the right coding and stuff to make sure that the joint worked.
People used to beef with you and you went on their top 5, so you just fixed it up for number 6.
That was crazy, bro. Crazy.
Yo, you never had front. Y'all never had front
You
though, right?
froze again. You
Me
froze
and Ben
again.
Bonds thing.
My bad. I had to get you one more time. Bro,
No.
go ahead.
No, stop playing with me, yo. Yo, every time I see you freeze, I'm gonna have to get you too, cause you freeze on my end when I freeze. Whatever. Yo, no, I said you never messed with the fronts though, right?
I did. I had the bottoms.
I didn't know
bottoms.
you had them. Okay, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I had them laced though.
I had the tops.
Oh, you did? I never. Oh, okay.
Oh, you
Yeah.
juvenile now.
I had
Oh, you
both.
juvenile now.
And I lost I had my fangs and I lost them in like Alexandria in the field. Don't ask me why I was in that field, but I don't know. But I lost them joints, and I had to get the silver joints, the gold joint. It was crazy, yo. And your boy Ben, me and Ben would be like, yo, we be telling people it's platinum. But it is, it's platinum, yo.
But then you got some $5 shirts on and
I never cared about jeans. It was shirts that I cared about. Cause see, my thing was I never shopped in Virginia. I always went back home. I always had my brother worked at shoe stores and all that, so I would always go down there. If I did shop over there, it was at military. Like I could never go to Lynn Haven. I could never go to Chester, Greenbrier.
Yeah.
It just wasn't my thing like that. So I really tried to not be any part of Virginia. That was like my goal in life. Was to just do my sentence.
Like I hauled ass out of Virginia.
Exactly. I said I did my sentence.
I didn't even know she was gone. I'm like, yo,
Air Force?
Everybody said. Yeah, I'm with you, Jay. That's what they was like, yo, where that dude go? And then 20 years later, I appear as Fuego. They'd be like, yo, this dude, like, I literally, because I wasn't playing, I told them I'm here because my parents making me stay here through high school, and then I'm out. And I left.
I literally was the only one that stayed here.
It wasn't for me. Like, I didn't get, not that I didn't get along with people, but it just, like, a lot of those people, like if you mentioned, like, Jeremy and Hollis, their parents played high school ball together, like their mothers. Like they had that like generational like friendship, and I didn't feel a part of that. Plus, it was different. I never understood the slang. They used to say things like, yo, you gritting on me. What the fuck is that? What does gritting on me mean?
I caught on to that stuff like once I moved there, but I didn't move to Virginia until high school and like freshman year, and it was different.
And then I'm sorry. Can I bring this stuff up? Sorry, can I bring? Because I know Peace wanted to have this conversation anyway. Because we had this about 8 years ago. We had this conversation about like that. I think Carlton was on that joint and all of that.
Oh.
How do you be friends with somebody after they robbed you? Like robbed you. I don't mean robbed you like they stole a pencil, but they robbed you, took money out your pocket. Or they slept with your girl and y'all cool. Even now, I'm like, if somebody robbed me, we never friends. There's no way. So that did me wrong. So I kind of stayed to myself. That's why I only know y'all, because I really didn't like that. I was like, what if you grew up with this person? What would you do to me?
You know what? I used to bash College Park a lot. I used to talk bad about 757. Like real talk, like, and I want to say I used to, like, I just recently passed. But anyways, it's just College Park also, it was a positive too. It was some pros about College Park. I met some great people. Like I met, I had some quite a bit of great relationships and some great memories in College Park that kind of like changed me and made me to be who I am now. So I could honestly say, like, yeah, I talk about 757 because of the authority. you know, the police officers, like how strict and petty they are. Like it's very, very, that Commonwealth state sucks, bro, when it comes
No,
down to,
Virginia as a whole. Virginia as
yeah.
a whole is like that.
Well, I only know for 757 to be assholes. Like I like the cops are just assholes in every way. I remember getting stopped because I had stuff on my rearview mirror, like literally just little few things, and they said that's a distraction
I
to
don't know
you and
why.
other drivers. Like, bro, you know how much I got on my, like I don't got that much, but still, like here in Texas, it's like, bro, they don't give a damn, bro. Like I remember getting stopped because of tinted windows being too much, like by 5%. I'm like, bro, it was so bad for the authority that was out there. It still is probably. Norfolk is pretty decent, but Norfolk they can't stop nothing over there. But Virginia Beach was assholes. I hated Virginia Beach in every way. It's boredom. Like you get rid of the strip, it's nothing there. There's really nothing there.
Yeah,
So like,
I recently was there. I think did I have sent you a picture?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I was
College Park.
yeah, and I was just rolling through or whatever, and I did catch like some, nostalgia or whatever. It's kind of sad to me how like College Park looks the same. That's sad to me. Like I really wish that like it actually looks worse. There's no kids outside playing. Like there's no nothing. It's not like when we were younger. Like there were actually people outside. Like it's like dry and there's nothing going on and it's just quiet and deserted kind of looking. Other than where obviously people live in the houses and stuff, but it looks the same. And I just was looking for like some development and there was none. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they did one thing. They did a basketball tournament one year. It was the first annual one, which was really dope. I seen Savante. Did I see Savante? Savante. I seen quite a bit of people. I don't remember names. Forgive me, but I don't remember that many names. I remember faces. But these cats that used to be younger than me, that I used to ball with, I used to actually like pick them up, like last at line. You know what I'm saying? Now they so grown up and taller than me and bigger than me and have kids now. I'm like, damn, I'm getting old for real, dude. Like, but I just seen them do an annual basketball tournament on those same courts, Sherry, that me and you been on. So it was pretty dope to see that. I don't know what group they were in. I don't know if they just, I missed the memo, whatever the case is. I wish I was there for that. I can honestly say I wish I was there for that. To see that, to see just old faces for a little bit, just to say, man, yo, it's good to see you. It's good to, how you doing, and different things like that. I still want to go back to Virginia just to see some people, just to say, hey, what's up? I want to see Keith. Obviously, I want to see his mom's. She was amazing to us. So like, it's that's the first stop, and then from there, it's just I want to see some other faces that I haven't seen in a while, man. Just to
Then
see
the
how they
time
do.
before that I went back, I went over right across from where you used to live to Rakaya's mom,
Oh yeah, hell
and
yeah.
she was still living there.
What?
Right. And
Damn, she owned that house by now. God damn.
man, she was still there. This was, I want to say this was maybe 20s. What year was this?
I don't know, bro. Like she must have been there like 30 something years, dude. Like that's ridiculous.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. It was some years ago, but not that many years ago.
No,
Or
I'm
whatever.
talking about how long she's been there.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying that the fact that she was still there, and I said that her house looked the same, she looked the same. I'm like, there ain't nothing changed out here
I
at
can't
all.
stand
It
that.
was crazy.
I can't stand that. There's no
I'm
change
gonna
at
say,
all.
listening to y'all had a neighborhood though that was different from where I was. My neighborhood wasn't really I don't call it a neighborhood. It was just a strip of townhouses. It wasn't like that. Few people lived over there, like Big Phil or my man Lee Burton. I don't know if y'all know Vinny and Anthony Wilkins. They was living over there, but that's it. We really didn't have nobody, so we didn't have that neighborhood feel. That's why I used to go to College Park. That's why I used to go to Tidewater Park, Bowling Park, all that, because that was the feel we had up north. was like y'all together. I remember when there was a beef between College Park and Filipinos. It was BMC and CP grouped up, white, black, Spanish, whatever, against them.
And they
And it
fought.
was not that I like that because I was cool with both. But the fact you didn't see that in my neighborhood. You seen cats rolling through my neighborhood from other neighborhoods, jumping people in our neighborhood. Like, how the fuck? How you gonna come in my neighborhood and do some grime and we all not on you? So it was different. So that's why I never really had down there as like my home. It feels different in Northern Virginia, DC area, because they kind of take care. A lot of them ignore, each other, whatever, but they'll come out and they're like neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Like neighborhoods like we remember. And it just wasn't for me. And that's probably because it was that neighborhood. Like if I was over by y'all, I may appreciate things a little different. But my issue is I'm always down there for sad things or something bad happens. Went down there and we had some bullshit at Ariel's thing. All right, we don't even get to host or perform or do nothing. I go back down there. I got to put a good friend in the grave. And that same day, I get my whole right side of my damn vehicle smashed.
Man, I remember that, man.
So I really don't want to come down there unless I see Keith or Egypt's family. I don't have a purpose. If y'all move, I probably will never go back there because there's beaches in Maryland. You know what I'm saying? So it's no.
Well, you know, I'm going to be here. Well, my girlfriend actually, she wants to move back here to Virginia Beach. She actually likes this area, so she, driving around.
She got to get out. She got to see some more beaches. South Carolina, we got beaches and nice beaches.
See, I was thinking about going down there too, Sherry, because my boy, he moved up. He's our CEO. He moved up here, man. He was like, yo, it was all right down there.
What part did he move to?
He was in Columbia.
Yeah. Columbia's cool because it's like central to like all parts of.
I'm scared of moving down south. More southern Virginia. And I'm not, it's not really scared, but I just, how everything we hear on the news and one of those things. But apparently you okay down there, and so is Trevor. So I can't really say, we have things that happen up here and everywhere. So, yeah. It is.
But that was good, man. It was good to reflect back. I think I'm going to title this, like, Back to College Park or something.
I ain't gonna lie, I kind of want to live around more Black people.
You said around more Black people.
But like there are certain parts of South Carolina that do have like more Black people. It's just the part that I live in has a lot of white people.
I like diversity, to be honest with you. I don't like.
But that's the thing I do too, and I was used to that living in like Atlanta. Like there's a lot of diversity there. And there's a lot of Black people, but there's a lot of white people. And even if you live in a suburban neighborhood, it was a good mix of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't recall ever being in a white neighborhood or being in a Black neighborhood. I mean, there are, but it's more mixed. Like down here where I live, it's still very segregated in that way where there is white neighborhoods and there are Black neighborhoods. Like you do have some Black people, you got a couple of specks that live in a couple of the white neighborhoods, but it's not like
specks. Okay, I thought I'm sorry.
Never mind. You know what I mean.
No, when you said it, my eyes was like, oh.
Not that.
Down there too long. Let me stop.
No.
I'm just playing. I know
you know what I mean.
I heard wrong, but I know you didn't say
right.
That.
Okay. Jeez.
What the heck? I'm sorry.
There's a few, Black people, I'll be more specific, here or there in the predominantly white neighborhood. But for the most part, it's still very segregated in the part of South Carolina that I live. All of South Carolina is not like that, but I noticed that about here. I've been here for about 3 years or so now. I like it here, though. It's nice. The schools are decent. I don't have any complaints other than that, and I think all too often as Black people, we always cry, we want to get out of the Black neighborhoods rather than trying to improve our Black neighborhoods. We want to get out. You know what I mean? I think I don't know. You just notice the difference in how you're treated in certain areas. Not saying again, I'm not that black person that thinks that all white people are evil and not all white people treat you bad and this and that. I don't think that. But in certain places, it is that way. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is. But like I said, I've lived on both sides of that. And right now, like I said, I like where I live. I like being close to the beaches and or to the mountains. I like having a choice. Like literally you can drive an hour and be on vacation. It's nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
that's what Saya, like down in Texas, like that's what I like. You know what I mean? Like I could just, you don't have to go far to have fun.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And even though I'm in Northern Virginia, it's I'm kind of not that far from New York. If once we get this done, Philly we can hit. It's different. I felt like down where we were in the 757 was just a wait. It took I feel like it took a minute to even get up here. Like it's 8 hours from New York, so it's like, damn, I gotta take 8 hours, even though that's really nothing. But like it just was different. Like I could just hop on the bus real quick, or to take Amtrak out this little joint right to Manhattan, and I can go right there and come back the next day if I wanted to, just quick. And it's just I like things.
That is what I like about Philadelphia too, is that like I can be in DC real fast, I can be in Baltimore fast, I can be in New York fast. You always feel like you have somewhere to go. And people be like, you always somewhere. No, I'm not. I just live central to a lot of places.
Right.
you
right.
know?
Right. Yeah. That's what's up, yo. That's what's up. I mean, I honestly, I know one thing. I could never go back to New York. I'll tell you that.
I don't think none of us could, because it's not New York. Like, when's the last time you went up there?
About 5 or 6 years.
Okay, then you saw it then, the change.
Yeah.
It's totally like if you go to Brooklyn, it's literally like everybody's from Ohio, Indiana. Like it's different. So it's kind of annoying because when we came when New York, when we would come back to Virginia, we'd be like, yo, we just saw this happened, this tournament, tournaments and all that go on. But like we was like, yo, you can't walk down the street, like you better watch those Jordan, and it's not like that. So they'd be like, they was just saying that. I'm like, no, in the 90s, they would take it off your feet. All right, I'm telling the truth. But now you go in there and do whatever you want. They even hold doors for you.
Did you see that comedian Michael Chi? Michael Chi?
Oh, I don't know.
His stand-up where he's like, white women took Brooklyn.
Right.
It's hilarious. It is so funny. Y'all gotta watch that. It's Michael Chi or something like that.
All right, I'm gonna look for that.
It's hilarious. Watch it. It's so funny.
Right, he's right. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's crazy. It's crazy, but it's good to visit. But I can't see myself living in New York like that.
That's with me when it comes to Alabama. I can't move back down there. I ain't been home in 9 years, but from what I heard, it's much different from what it is now. But hey, after my father passed, they were talking about, well, y'all moving back down to Alabama. I said, no, I ain't moving back down to Alabama, man. Ain't nothing down there.
I don't know. I've been looking at Tennessee.
Yeah, I know a couple people that went out there.
Yeah, I know about Tennessee.
Like it.
I heard Tennessee was nice. Well, I've been. It is beautiful, first of all. And then, secondly, I heard like the VA and stuff is good there. Need that. So, just a couple of things. I heard really good things about Tennessee. And the real estate. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's nice. Nice.
That's that. Being able to get your money's worth for sure.
Because you ain't doing that like where I'm at. That's why when we buy, I have to move. Because there's no way I'm living in a shack for $400,000. Like, I'm not doing that here. Because that's what it's going to be. Like, the house that I was in before, like, aside, you didn't see it. Keith, you saw it. That's like $250,000. Like, really? I'm like, I go to Georgia or South Carolina or Texas, man.
That's what we're looking for right now. We're looking for a house. We're trying to get our credits cleaned up a little bit, though, before we even go any further. But that's the first step is cleaning our credit. We got in some connections with some people that can actually help with that. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm trying to buy a 4-bedroom house, man. I want an upstairs, a nice backyard for the kids, and for the dog to run around.
Yeah, that's why I gotta come down your way because I need
so
like
many opportunities,
5
bro.
zoom. Like
It's so,
at least
we went the other day. We went to a Whole Foods store, and the Whole Foods store is right by Austin, but it was outside of Austin, and we were just going through these paths that I never knew was there. And bro, that's all they do is building houses left and right, building, brand new. I mean, upper deck, like beautiful,
Yeah, but
gorgeous.
because I was thinking about moving to Austin a few years back before I had moved here. And Austin is nice. It's really, really nice. Actually, it kind of reminds me about a little bigger bit version of where I live right now. But the real estate there is not cheap in Austin. Oh no, you have to move kind of outside of Austin to find anything cheap because living in that area and the schools are good in Austin, but like the housing, like I looked at some of the houses, they are not cheap at all.
I heard that's
Like
like a college town and a
Yeah, I
lot of
heard it.
money out there. That's why
yeah,
I mean,
so Austin has
yeah.
like developed itself to this like
Yeah.
kind of I guess what you would call like a metropolitan area or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's expensive to live there now, like very expensive.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I mean, that's why I definitely recommend outside of Austin as much as like right now we're looking into Belton, Texas, which is like about a good 40 minutes, 45 minutes away from Austin. And I mean, the house is beautiful. I mean, I could probably get a brand new house for like 160, straight up built from the ground up. So, and if you're a first time owner too,
Well, they
you're gonna get
start
grants.
at that. You see the sign and say starting at, but then by the time you add them countertops
It's
and them
210,
cabinets that you want,
220.
yeah, it
210,
gets
220.
up there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's true.
Mrs.
It's
All
true.
reminded me she wants her house. I'm like, oh god.
It's all about.
She wants the island in the kitchen, and then she wants 1 story. I'm like, I'm not down with that.
I like the 1 stories too. Those ranches are really nice, and the layouts, especially in the new ones, they're so open and spacious, and you just feel like you're in like a nice, cohesive place. It's nice. I,
I
I
can't be.
agree. I agree with her. And then depending on how long you're gonna live there, you don't know what's gonna happen to your knees or what you don't never know what's gonna happen.
That's
And
true.
also, and if I did get a 2-story, then I want the master on the main.
Yeah, I never liked the ranch like in the past, but now I'm like, yo, I might have to go that route, or at least like you said, have the master in the main.
Hmm.
I forgot who just bought a house.
I like that. I like the balcony, man. Like, I just want to be able to like grab my coffee and just like kind of like go to the balcony and just look out. So that's why I definitely want to upstairs. I can't just like I can't do that. That's what we have here. We have a ranch.
The 1 story.
Yeah, one joint. So I gotta get you on this one. So
Stop, yo, man,
so
come on, yo.
hold up. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next. We're gonna go into a commercial break. I'm gonna call this one reminiscent or something, bro. We'll do something about
We
that.
should play the reminisce song too, yo.
Reminisce. Yeah, for real,
A
man. I
lot
should
of
play
that.
some music. It's a lot of that for sure. All right, cool. So we're gonna go into a commercial break and figure out what we're gonna talk about next.